Hi, my lovelies. So, today we're going to be talking about conflict in literature. So, what is conflict? Conflict is the struggle between two opposing forces that lies at the center of a plot in a story or drama or in real life. So, as we see here, the picture says, "Come at me, bro." So, you have one person in conflict with another. Excuse me. There are two types of conflict. We have internal conflict and we have external conflict. So let's take a look at internal conflict first. Internal conflict is a conflict that exists within a character torn between opposing feelings or goals. So you are torn within yourself. Okay, man versus self, in other words. Internal conflict can be a struggle between making decisions, feeling guilty, deciding between right and wrong, or any type of conflict that you will struggle with within yourself, like worrying about whether or not you're going to pass your grade or a class, feeling guilty about having done something to someone, or being indecisive, not being able to decide whether or not, for example, you want to play Call of Duty or whether you want to do an assignment. Now let's look at external conflict. External conflict is a conflict that exists when a character struggles against some outside force, outside of themselves. All right. So we have three types of external conflict. You have man versus nature, or man versus society. And we're going to take a look at all three of these. First, man versus man. This is when two or more characters disagree. This can be between the protagonist or the hero and the antagonist or the villain. So, for example, Mufasa versus Scar in The Lion King. Mufasa is the protagonist and his brother Scar is the antagonist. In The Evil Queen versus Maleficent, in the movie Maleficent, the evil queen is the antagonist, and believe it or not, Maleficent is the protagonist, even though we don't see Angelina Jolie in here. And then finally, we have Rick versus the governor from The Walking Dead. Rick is the protagonist, and the governor is the antagonist. So this is man versus man, a man versus another person, or a woman versus woman, or a woman versus man. Next, we have man versus nature. This is when man is pitted against forces of nature, which can include things like natural disasters, like a drought, or an earthquake, or a flood, or a fire, or a tornado, or a bear, or a wildfire, or insects, or animals, or viruses like the coronavirus and bacteria. All of these represent man versus nature. And then finally, we have man versus society. This is when man is fighting against current society norms or values or a group of people. So, for example, the civil rights movement, we have, let's say, Rosa Parks against injustice or segregation against Caucasians, a group of people. We have Katniss fighting against Panem in the Hunger Games. Or you can have protests against unfair labor wages, like people going on strike. So these are examples of man versus society, someone going against what is normally accepted in society or normally valued in society. Quiz time. Yay! Irony. Aha. So you are going to identify whether internal conflict or external conflict is depicted in these pictures. You're going to see 11 pictures, 11 pictures, and you are going to determine whether they're internal or external, or what type of external conflict they are. Okay, this will be your journal entry for Thursday, April 30th. Okay, you've got this, you know this. Blessings. If you have to, scroll back through your notes and have a great day, lovelies. Bye.